any night. You know I love my Jesus, it's my shining light. Praise, I'll always give him praise.
All right, so I have two videos I want to show you before I vacate this hot seat. So we were talking about what's happening in the Ukraine, Africans in the Ukraine, and there's a BBC report on it that I wanted to show you guys very quickly. So you all need to come on the live and see this BBC report of what's happening in the Ukraine. I just need to touch on this. So look at this, Trinidad and Tobago. Look at this. And so those of you on the live, you can share the live. Those of you on, and let me tell you this, you're not hearing this on any, as we said, on mainstream media in Trinidad and Tobago. They are polishing it up and just making it look as though young black people in the Ukraine, they get little issues because of the war to get home. But listen to this. I want you to jump on the live. Come on Facebook, come on YouTube and watch this. Tell me what is your thoughts. All right? Tell me what is your thoughts. Look at this. I am just lost of words is a nice way.
I was begging. The official literally looked me in my eye and said in his language, only Ukrainians, that's all. That if you are black, you should walk. I'm currently in Debrecen, Hungary. I got in like 10 a.m. today. Today is the 28th of February. It wasn't easy. On Friday at 8 a.m., I was on my way to Poland. I took a commercial taxi and the taxi couldn't stay on the line of cars because literally cars had been there for 2 days. And when we dropped, on the Google map, it was saying a 1 hour walk. And I was like, a 1 hour walk is nothing, if it's getting us there on time. And we walked and it kept increasing. The term walking is traumatizing me. The term walking, I walked for 12 good hours, and it's not an exaggeration. The traffic warden saw me and said I should go to a shelter to sleep, and I slept, and he said the next day that there is a bus going from that shelter straight to the Polish border. And when it was time to get on this bus, the Ukrainians said, just Ukrainians, literally as a black person. I even lied that I was pregnant. They didn't care. I was begging. The official literally looked me in my eye and said in his language, only Ukrainians, that's all. That if you are black, you should walk. And that was an additional 8 hours from where we were. By car, it was like 30 minutes. So we had to walk additional 8 hours. The problem isn't at the Polish border. It is at the Ukrainian border. Because you have to stamp out at the Ukrainian border to get on the Polish side. And the Ukrainians are only prioritizing their citizens. They don't care. They will push you. They will beat you. If you can make it, you make it. If you don't, you don't. Like, I took a nap and I still felt like I was still walking, like I hadn't crossed over. It's not fair. Like, we're just begging to go. I literally had to go back to my city after the experience, re-strategize, and took a train to Hungary. It wasn't even easy getting to Hungary. We had to pay. Those that didn't have money to pay, what would they do? I couldn't help anybody because I was fighting for my life. It is a traumatizing experience and I don't know where I'm going from now. I literally have to re-strategize in Hungary, try to get my ticket back to Nigeria because it's not safe. This place is not, if your skin is dark, you're at a disadvantage.
So to the people who think that we're just exaggerating and what we're talking about isn't real, there are some people who believe that, Some people believe that we will make race out of every little thing and those things are not real, exaggerating the issue and making something out of nothing. I had to block somebody just now from Facebook out of timing, disrespectful. have no regard for what we go through because of the color of our skin. You understand? You don't know. You have no idea out of timing, but he'll deal with you. So I had to play that video because I wanted you all to have an idea of what was going on. Just to cement it a little more in your minds that it's real. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Gould.
Hi, good afternoon.
I am sorry, I don't need to see what's going on there in Ukraine to know what time it is.
Oh, Mom, you know there are a lot of people, Mom, not cutting here, Mom, but they are, from reading some of the comments on Facebook and watching how some people behaving as though we are making a big issue out of nothing.
Well, this is the whole thing about it. But it pains me to know that African people still have to be made a sacrifice for us to come together and for us to see what it is going on. I didn't need that incident to know what's going on. And people still simplifying and make it, and you see, and add it to which the guys over there, that wouldn't happen here.
Wait, but wait, Mom, I need to engage you with that statement, because if you could come on a live stream that has nothing to do with you, that's none of your business, you could take time out to come on a live stream to tell me off for talking how I feel about what I'm seeing and happening in Ukraine. It happened in China for the Olympics.
Oh yes. But and please, but we're supposed to pray for the Ukrainians quite over there as well. We're supposed to pray for them and make sure that all is well with them. We're always here to take care of people. The BBC run a coverage on it too, but after they realized that it was all on social media and they couldn't do otherwise, they run a so-called coverage of it, and to make it look like things are a little bit confused and all of that. So I hope African people would understand when you're looking at your own going through, because I would never forget, it was somewhere in the 80s with the apartheid, and I was sitting in my living room looking at my television, and they were going into the townships and taking out people out of their homes in Africa. The police and the military, and beating them and so on. And I am looking at the television and I'm seeing how these people look at me. They're doing it to me.
Yes.
My paws raised and I got light, and it was a scary experience. But I hope people could understand. Once you see that is happening to an African, it's happening to you. So please, people must understand. I couldn't believe, because when I saw the people looking just like me, but you see, all of African quite over there, and them from Africa, and we from here, and all of this kind of nonsense. But what I have to say to Pastor Google, what a couple of callers, or was he the last caller, had asked, I am asking the same, because I didn't hear the program yesterday, and it sounded it was interesting.
Yes.
So I don't know, are these things still on
Facebook and on YouTube? Well, what I would do is an interview I did with my aunt, who's American, and she came and she gave the history of the Americans when they came from, and how they settled and what's happening with their land and stuff like that. So what I would do is I would try and play it back. And I asked Auntie to come back, and which she agreed to give some more information and stuff like that.
All right, well appreciated.
Yeah.
I deeply appreciated.
Yeah.
Because I too didn't hear the program yesterday, and I'd be happy for, I'm saying a slight synopsis, but I'd be grateful if what you're saying there could be accomplished.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. I'll do it. I will do it again, because a lot of people would have requested it. A lot of people asked for it to be done again.
Good. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Papa G again. Oh God, credits run out there just now. And good afternoon to the good lady that just spoke. I like to hear her speak also. Yeah, you missed out on a treat. Yeah, everybody want Papa G Auntie to come back and, kind of solidify and continue with the knowledge that she had shared. But Pastor Google, I won't be long. You understand why I'm an nonconformist, and how me jump on the bandwagon about Putin this and Putin is the devil and Putin that and Putin. Let me tell you something, Papa G. There are other schools of thought of what's taking place on the earth, there are other major things that have taken place. Like I tell people on my Vienna program where I get to talk about my alien talk. Putin is a benevolent. I mean, you had to go a little deep to understand, what is meant by that. But he's a defender of things that we are not aware of. There are a lot of defenders on this earth, Papa G. For instance, if our Bible is written on something, not everybody will be where all the activities that take place, and it has had to rely on who was there. And in most cases, who was there and recorded it correctly, it has get distorted by people who have an agenda. You understand? There was a caller that called in and he said how there are Nazi groups in Ukraine. And another person called in and rebutted it and talking a certain nonsense and stuff like that in terms of, we had to go so far. But that is what it is all about. You understand? So what Putin is doing, there are hidden agendas. And tell me something. Anybody who America against, I mean, really, we're gonna get caught up in that tomfoolery and that mama guy all the time. We know what America gives. Because when they take Gaddafi and other great African leaders who probably was breaking away from anybody who wants to cause any kind of unity, up comes America, you understand? And there are a lot of other things also that involve in this thing. So I'm not according to one of your Saturday hosts, I is not a sheep. Yes, but I said, yeah.
Have a good day, sir. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon. Hi, good afternoon. Hello. Caller.
Hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hello. Pastor Google.
Yes.
Hello.
Paul, I'm hearing you.
Pastor Google, you're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you very much.
You're doing a wonderful job, Pastor Google.
Thank you. All right. I think you're getting a delay, but I'm hearing you loud and clear. I was hearing you loud and clear. And I want to thank you very much. So before I jump out of this hot seat today, I want to play you all something that happened this morning. I want to play it because I need to play it. You know why? I want you all to listen to what a caller on a radio station had to say this morning. He was saying to you, Trinidad and Tobago, the telecommunications people need to act now. Now they need to act. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. And we need to start to lobby them to start to act now. I wonder if you're all hearing me. You need to come on the live, because you need to hear this. You all need to come out and say that you're fed up, and the telecommunications people need to give us some kind of answers. So I think I need to go by them and find out from them who is the real scene, who is the real procedures to the level of nonsense, how to stop it. So I want you all to listen to what a caller had to say on a national radio station in Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this, I want you all to listen. I'm coming back. Listen.
No class. No class. No class.
Plenty people worship money. From Papa to President,
So listen to this, Trinidad and Tobago. And you tell me, is somebody not sleeping on the job in this country? You tell me. I want you listening, no? Listen. And you tell me, if enough is not enough in this country, listen to this. You all need to come on the live, you know. Because this is a level of madness that I have never heard nowhere in the world to be continuing. Listen to this. All they feel is a joke. Listen to this caller, you know.
Andy, it's time for the energy minister to resign and this whole government to resign. It's time somebody do something to these people, family. You hear what I telling you? Is either kill them or something too.
All right, let me ask you something, caller. How are you getting them to do that? Everybody will call and talk, you know. It's time for the government to go. It's time for this. It's time for that. But I fed up with that. So, all right, let me ask a question. How are we getting that happen? Because like I said, you know, you said yesterday, you said the day before. How are we going to get that where you're recommending to happen?
I'm thinking about it and too, boy. I take a gun and I kill some of them, boy.
You hear what that man just say? On a public radio station? Do you hear what that man just said on a public radio station? I played it because I want you all to understand that the telecommunications, somebody sleeping on the job. How come that radio station could still be functioning today? That happened this morning. Them not supposed to be off air for the rest of the day. We know they're still on. Let me just say that now. Let somebody did call my program and say that what he said. And see if I would have still be sitting here. As you say, held to a higher standard. But you know what? Trinidad and Tobago, we are allowing this to happen. Because let me tell you something. I want to know how nobody in calling for these people and them to go. These people and they are defending. You hear what I'm saying to you? You hear what the man say? I'm not even going to play it back. Yeah, Brooklyn.
Pastor Bill, he would have been arrested and charged without bail in America right now. He would have already been taken down.
Thank you.
And arrested.
Thank you.
He is threatening the authority at the
yes.
yes. government. He not just threatening a man next door to him. He threatening the leadership of Trinidad and Tobago.
Thank you.
And want to kill the family and get out and kill them. Jail without bail. You hear? And the radio station didn't play no disclaimer.
No, the man didn't play no disclaimer.
Pastor Google, he too would have been charged. He too would have been charged and be arrested. I don't know what they're doing in Trinidad and Tobago, Pastor Google. I continue to say I don't care who's paying him what. Pastor Google, the Minister of National Security, is sleeping. He is sleeping. I don't care who vexed. I continue to say he is sleeping. That man should have been picked up already. Wherever he is. And Pastor Google, I did listen to the program yesterday, and I've been studying the American for you. I have a nice video on YouTube about it. Yeah. I've been talking about it for years, Pastor Google, so I did listen to it. You know, I always study my history and my country, Pastor Google, for one thing. And as I say, we need a stronger Minister of National Security, because that man should have been picked up and the radio station host should have been locked up together with him. And I ain't talking about locked up and released like what they'll be doing in Trinidad and Tobago. I mean locked up without bail, Pastor Google.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, what kind of threat is that going on there? Pastor Google, that man should have been locked up by now and throw away the key.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor Google. The caller before, Gemma, you have to realize the minister is here, there, and everywhere he has things to do. That is why you have certain people in their offices take note of these things and also go through the newspapers. So there are steps. And let me tell you something about telecommunications. I said already that the government need to close down that department. They of no use. That is my feeling, because I have called over and over about a special incident about a particular talk show host on a station. You know what they told me? You have to report it. You have to put it in writing. You have to tell them the name of the program, the date, the time. I say, well, if it's so, all they want me to do all the work. So what they have a whole department of telecommunications doing, nobody monitor any airwaves or anything. I say, all right, good, thank you. And that is my suggestion for that department. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Pasago, good afternoon. Pasago, and there's a Ministry of Communication.
There's a body that is set aside independently to deal with issues like that, which is the telecommunications people.
But Pasago, I find it strange. This man used these terrible remarks on a national station. Nobody is saying nothing about it.
We ain't nothing. They quick to that talk show host on other radio stations quick to run out and want to abuse Aisha Wells and say about the telecommunications department should be listening to Aisha Wells. But how it is they don't be talking about these people?
Something wrong in this country, nobody. People could just say anything and
get away with it. You hear the host ask him? The host prompt him, you know. He says, what you want to do? What you can do? What you think you should do? He said, well, boy. And he say what he going and do. He say what he want to do.
So which way, Pastor, are you the only person who hear that then? Nobody else hear that? Nobody in authorities?
Thank you, caller.
Jesus Christ. Hi, Pastor. Good program.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor. We will call you up to Bego.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing today?
I'm going good, man. I reach out to your people giving me some favorable response.
Right, bless the Lord. Yes, Pastor Guru is that guy. And it's not that we need a stronger national security minister, you know. Anything could happen in this country and people get away with it. And you know why? Because it must go lady encouraging all these nonsense.
Yes.
People know who we call him must go lady.
Yes.
Everything that happens is the government. How Dr. Rawi and the government coming with Paria and the men getting killed? How that come in? Rubbish.
Yeah, man.
I really don't like to talk about these things, you know. Pastor Lou, let me leave it here.
Thank you very much. Last caller. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Yes, Uncle Sterling. You have to be quick.
Peace and blessings. All I call in to tell you, Pastor Google, remember, they want to make murder a bail offense in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that. So anything we could hear taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, how free the man could use his statement, Pastor Google?
Yes.
Pastor Google, how free the man could speak? Murder is becoming a bail offense in Trinidad and Tobago. Pastor Google, we have to be careful what taking place in this land. You know?
All right.
Have a blessed Sunday. You take care of the nation's road for me, please, big brother. Thanks for the time.
You're most welcome. Of course, this caller rushing in. Caller, you have a minute.
You hear with what anger all the time you only talk, you only calling me into it, and he just calmly said nobody else heard that?
Nobody else heard that, mother. I had to go, but we go deal with that.
Yes.
We will deal with that, mother. We will deal with that. What is this? You saying nobody else saying hear that? Well, hear what? We hear it. And we will ask the telecommunications people what they intend to do with it. Calling them tomorrow, all who want to hear what they're going to do with it. Tomorrow after lunch, we're calling them to find out what they intend to do with that video and that soundbite. I out of here.
From the studio to the stage, every Friday between 3 to 4 p.m. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Radio you can see. Log on to our Facebook and YouTube so you can see live interviews and performances from some of our very own local superstars. Right here on the street, 919 FM. Shop at New City Mall and check out our premium selection of high-quality clothing and accessories for men and women. Save on all items with competitive prices and courteous service throughout the entire mall. New City Mall is located in the heart of Port of Spain with entrances at 3 Charlotte Street and number 41 Independence Square. We offer a variety of shirts, long and short sleeve, round and V-neck tops, vests, caps, hats, sunglasses, briefs, boxers, shorts, swim trunks, denim, jeans, long and 3/4, socks, sneakers, casual and athletic, shoes, dressy and fashionable, dresses, formal and casual, skirts, lingerie, undergarments, and a wide range of accessories. Come check us out as we also have clothing and accessories like Levi's, Clarks, Armani Exchange, Hollister, American Eagle, Ralph Lauren, Nike Air Force and Air Max, Puma, Adidas, Timberland, Academics, Aeropostale, Old Navy, Forever 21, Hanes, Dockers, Guess, Converse, and so much more. We have barbers, hairstylists, as well as weave and wigs on sale. All at New City Mall. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram. Sale, sale, sale.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the Street 919 FM. You don't know.
John chapter 8 verse 32 says, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." Tuning to the Street 91.9 FM every Tuesday from 6:30 to 7 p.m. for the program Walking in Truth with me, Pastor Gary Grant from Walking in the Spirit Ministries. Come, let's discuss how Christ Jesus can set you free. God bless you.
If your hands are anointed, and if your feet are anointed,
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or